What up, man? It's Waka Flocka. You watch the Seven Figure Squad podcast. Squad.
What's cracking, everybody? My name's Smart Guy Matt Sapaula here, hailing to you from San Antonio, Texas, and we have another mastermind here at our Escape the Matrix event here. Joining us is hip-hop artist, entrepreneur, Waka Flocka Flame.
How you doing?
Glad you can join us, brother.
Thanks for having me here.
So around us are the guys. I put a challenge out in a 4-day period, and these guys stepped up. They had some parameters, and I asked them, I said, listen, you do your part, I'm gonna do my part, and this is part of our part. So they've got some questions, random questions. Guys, I had a conversation with Walk up in the room, and he's fair game to a lot of questions. So if you guys want to fire away, go ahead.
So I watch your mom, Deborah, and I was watching the relationship, with you and your mom, and I realized that your mom has a lot of money too, and I imagine the impact your mom has on you, as a person, as an artist. And I have to say this too. Thank you. At least I made about over $100,000 just on your video that says insurance. I'm like, damn, this is great, because I took that video, I made the reels out of it, and I got a lot of people responded to me. So I'm grateful for that. So I want to say thank you first. Yeah, I appreciate that. So my question is this, be an artist, and you connected to your mom, because based on what I read, it's like you guys are like just that tight. What role did your mom play in shaping you to become, an artist, and especially in that world? It's not the easiest world. So the role of a mother, guiding you, protecting you, etc., etc. If you don't mind, can you share your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think coming from money, if one thing, I came from a family of people who's good at making money, but was they good at collateralizing? Was they good at generational wealth? No. I learned that only because as a kid, parents birth kids to become their answer. That's the answer to all they helps as a kid. That was my very first duty. Before my father died, he said, whatever you do, watch your mother, protect your mother. She gonna be all of y'all. So that stuck with me. So the way I got into music was to protect my mother, to protect my friends. It was never for my pockets. So when I watched my mother, only thing I could do is see the things that she probably should have did, or she could have did, or I gotta watch. So being eyes, you see everything, but you say nothing, so you can hear everything as well, because you're not talking. So I think what motivated me the most is my mother was so great at making $1 million and giving 900,000 back to people without even thinking. Like I could be in Walmart going to my basketball game trying to pick up some socks, and if a lady says she don't have food, fuck my game. She did that without even asking me. It was like her actions showed me what good gestures are, what getting money is, what being a boss is. But at the same token, I actually seen her still get undermined because she was a woman. So I come from a position of I felt undermined because I learned from a woman. I'm always gonna go back to my mother, no matter what it is, who it is, where it is. That's godly in the living. So it gotta be like that. And one thing I had to learn with just not dwelling, but I had to learn being a man is just because I learned something that's right, I'd be disrespectful and tell my mother she did it wrong. I have to learn how to articulate what I learned and tell my mother, like, yo, mom, look, this is another way to do it. So maybe me telling her the way to do it, she could take them like, oh shit, that's why I didn't get this. I don't know how she did business. So I was so good at doing that. But she was confined. She was fighting because my mother's a bull.
Yeah.
Until now, she grow up. She like, Deborah. People telling like, Deborah, your son actually like. So now it gets even better. So now me telling my mother this, my mother is just a wizard. Like she's from the era of like the women that's like, you said what, motherfucker? I'm like,
Exactly.
That kind of woman.
Yeah.
So when you got a person like that, all you gotta do is give them the truth. So to this day, it's just not about me. Like the last couple of years of my life, like my career, I gave 70% of my money away to people. And the other 30 people were stealing. I was paying bills and learning how to feed who I am.
Trying to figure it out.
Facts.
So before I pass the mic, finance, you're getting into the world of finance, from what I'm reading, and I'm also seeing that your mom, is very heavy in that world, finance also. So do you, the concept of insurance, when you when you talk about insurance, and you mentioned that, and obviously that went viral, is you, so that helps. But who shifted you into the idea of insurance?
The story I just told, and on top of my experience, right? I got to realize, I'm like, yo, I'm getting money too fast. I came from actually asking my mom for $200 to come home on a Monday from a Thursday or a Friday with $200,000, and I didn't go like this.
We're watching your back.
Right? So it get to a point where you like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Do I deserve this? Like, why do I have this? Right? So my first thing first is when I ate steak, we all ate steak. When I bought a shirt, we all got a shirt. If I went out with 40 people. People like, yo, Waka be deep, yo. It was all in an act of love. It wasn't to be gangster.
Right.
So when I see my image get too gangster, I'm like, bro, I'm not about to. I don't went around the world and seen what gangster is. I done seen what struggle is. Look here, my boy. I chose to be like this. See, I'm man enough to tell myself, hey, man, calm that shit down. Like, bro, look who's watching. Like, I went to Chicago. I ain't see dreadlocks. I left. Everybody had dreadlocks. It ain't. And people like, Waka, you the king of drill. I said, nigga, I didn't do it to do that.
Exactly.
I did it to give hope. What if I didn't do that? Would these kids even have a chance to get money? All right. So I don't want people to focus on what you think made you. I want you to focus on what covered you while you made it through that getting rich stage. So I focus on what covered me. And it had to be my mother. It had to be God. It had to be the love of people. Because the industry never loved me, right? You never, in 50 years hip hop, you never heard say nothing about Waka. So it lets me know I'm going to cry about some shit or I'm going to pay attention to what I'm celebrated at. And people did it. I didn't do nothing. The elaborate on your insurance video, I only did that to put light on insurance, people that does finance and insurance. That was literally a con act because I could have got paid an enormous amount of money. Joined so many firms after that day.
Yeah.
But I ain't do it for that. I did it because y'all are actually some important people in our community.
Right.
This is the only way it's going to grow. So I have to do something with the return of not want to be rich, not want to be smart, not want to be bright, not want to be the man. I actually did because, yo, bro, I'm on the stage. They got me talking about finance. Let me put the fucking flashlight and the spotlight on the right people that should be talking. And that's what I did. And I just watched, after that video, I just watched how it's funny, how people that I actually watched that ain't right people that now they coming like, they forced to tell the truth because now they students, it's looking at them like, well, how do you know what right? But do that make the teacher a bad person? No. It just lets me know, holy shit, the teacher just grabbing this. So, hey, let's not throw him away. Let's let him know, look, we're not mad at you.
Yeah.
I think with us, when I say us, it's just people in a lower class community. I don't like putting color on it. When you're in a lower class community, you're like middle class, you actually like pointing fingers at who's wrong. Right? So it's like a guy that steals from you, call him a thief, a crook, a robber, a manipulator, conniving.
Right.
But in this world, how I'm thinking, the guy that stole from me, I look at myself like, oh shit, what did I just let him do? How the fuck did I look that scary? Why I'm that dumb? Like, why did I tell him everything? So it's back the power of me. So in finance, it teaches you how to keep your power. And the more power you give out, the thinner you get, the easier and faster you can lose it. And I actually learned insurance from record labels. I'm like, why do they shelf artists? Pandora's box.
That is crazy. Well, I'm going to pass the mic. They say there's fact and there's true. Fact is fact, true is true. The difference is fact is literally the essential, whatever the numbers are, but true is to believe in it. So fact and true, it's true. Now then you have fact on the other side. What you have done is you have brought the truth, which is the truth of insurance to the community. So if it makes any of us excited, just so you know, you're making a huge impact in that community. Huge impact. So I want you to know that.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
How you doing, Waka? Look, grew up on your music. In college, Grambling State University, we always played your music and stuff. But my question for you is, what is your greatest accomplishment as an entrepreneur, and what do you want to be known for?
I seen a guy that made the atomic bomb.
Yeah.
And he didn't want to be known for making bombs, so he created a Nobel Peace Prize. I could recognize with that because my biggest accomplishment is that I know I made it. Like I outgrown the monsters in my life.
Yeah.
right? It's not got nothing to do with money. I'm telling you, I never really had money my whole career. It wasn't even about money for me. It was about the word peace. And I think what made me feel like I made it is when I helped my mother.
You're right.
When I truly helped her, when I was
Yeah.
there, when motherfuckers like stepped on her, lied on her, called her whatever, I still looked at her like, yo, I'm your son, ma. I'm here.
Right.
And I seen how damaging it was, and she still was tough. So that was like, yeah, fuck, I did it,
Right.
Then when I was younger, I always told God, I can't wait to see 30 and 40. Cause I always see these numbers in my dreams and stuff like, hey, you have to grow up.
Right.
You gotta grow up, Waka. You have to and that's my moments. It's not about the paper. The money coming, man. It's always gonna come. Look what you just said. I made 100,000. Like, damn, that's like it's here.
Mm-hmm.
It's always here. I think when you're telling healthy conversations, and I'm just not greedy.
Right.
I'm in a position where I should be greedy, because I work hard as fuck for this. But nah,
Yeah.
for once, I just want to be the guy that just tells the truth and not expose people, because exposing something is called a snitch, and I'm far from that. I watch people say, "Well, I can expose the rich," and that headline actually was wrong. I didn't expose nobody. That headline actually make people run away from it. It's just enlightenment, man. All I did was
Right.
turn on a light bulb in a dark room.
All right.
That's all. You're walking down a path and it's dark. I'm just literally cutting the light on all the way down, and she's like, "Oh shit, that look cool." I'm like, you know, what I'm saying? It's one of those things. But when a lot of people when I meet are like, "Man, Waka, this didn't work in this," and you hearing them, and they just their whole intention was to make money, make more money. But I asked them, I was like, "Did you ask yourself why do you want to make money?" And nobody ever said yes. So before you make money, you gotta know why you want to do it. Before I rap, I knew why I wanted to do it. So I never lost my composure. I never lost myself. When I lost myself one time, I got shot. When I lost myself another time, hey, God came in real life. Like God really was like, "Hey man, it's real."
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So, and I'm like, damn, I'm good now. So it was one of those vibes, and people just be swearing to God like, "Well, Waka, man, you got more money than Jeff Bezos. How you be happy?" I'm like, "Nigga, I'm just only if you knew, man. Shit tough, bro.
Yeah.
It's tough, right? I'm just one of them guys that I don't complain about being black. I don't blame people. I'm like, nigga, I am who I am. I'm a fucking lizard. That's what we do. We in the heat. We hibernate. We turn colors. Like, I don't want to get eagle. I don't want to be I'm a lizard. Bro.
Right,
You know?
right, yeah.
So I just stay in that right there. And I know I'm not perfect. I'm just going to perfection. I'm not successful. I'm just succeeding to be successful. So I think me succeeding is rubbing off to other people's success, but I didn't work as hard as you to be successful there. It might look like I'm going higher, but that's because you looking at me. You can't see yourself. We don't even know how it felt to be short when we was 3 years old. How dare we talk about what level we on at 6 feet and 5'11"?
Yeah.
You've been grew.
Right.
You just got to catch up to you got to let your thoughts catch up to your height. So I had to let my mind catch up to the money. That's what changed it.
Yeah.
Everybody gets famous and rich and don't let their mind grow up. They mind be stuck. That's why you can find doing younger things and they get younger this and doing like, I don't want to fuck with nobody 18 and 19 and 20. I'm 38. Though I'm 30. I'm 38. I'm gonna claim that. And not because I'm better than you, not because I'm grown. It's just because I just, bro, when they turn 10 o'clock, I don't want to talk about, excuse me, dick and pussy and celebrities, bro. I'm trying to figure out what we about to buy today.
Yeah.
We trying to, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
There you go.
It's grown. It's just grown.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck the music. Like it's just experience. That's the word.
Yeah. Appreciate that.
So, good to meet you, Waka. So, we've got kids who are close to your age. My wife and I are educators. And one of the things that we see and that we're really passionate about and burdened with is the fact that our educational system is not helping our kids actually develop in society and be productive in society, because there's a whole lot of other things that go on, politics and the whole deal, that affect our educational system. So I got a question for you. If you were able to institute just one program, one idea that would transform or at least help to redirect our educational system, what would you suggest be that insight or that direction?
No reality. I would use the technology, augmented reality. I actually have some with a friend of mine named Kenyon, and it's called Bridge the Gap. And why I say that, because I see in school that kids, that even when I was in school, I got in trouble for my phone. But now all that trouble developed to letting kids have that phone. So now I'm thinking like, okay, this is fire now. This shit can burn these kids' minds and thoughts. But fire also can warm you, can feed you, and can keep you safe. So I think that if they added cell phones to classrooms and use augmented reality is when things come to life. Like if this is a CP and it pops up, hey, I'm a C. C is cuh, and it talks for you. So it's not about the teacher teaching no more, it's about the teacher monetizing. And I think if education just grow up, don't be afraid of technology. Let technology assist you, because obviously the teacher don't have time, the parents don't have time. That's why they're relying on these 6 to 8 hours to teach what they couldn't teach. And 9 times out of 10, they didn't get what they needed. So, but you allowed your kid to stay on YouTube for 4 hours, so now YouTube is teaching them. And if your kid don't have skills to even look up stuff, they're gonna fall in love with the bad stuff. So if you're not a good parent, your kid's gonna fall in love with the hood stuff. It's the same method. That's all it is. So I think that we should just grow up with it. I think if they had augmented reality in the classroom, man, everybody gonna be into that shit. Put a soundtrack behind it. Give what these kids need. Like that's, in my opinion, I don't think I'm gonna call like, yo, it's bad parenting. That's all it is, man. Like it's some real shit. You gotta. I'm a parent. I had to admit to myself, like, damn, I don't like when my daughter do this, my daughter do that. No. I had to talk about, hold up, it's my daughter. Fuck. You gotta take the blame. I'm telling you, man. The more you take the blame, it's not in a depressive way. You get depressed because you think about what happened in the past. You get anxiety because you're thinking about the future. Live in your present, man. You God's gift. You're in the present day of life. That's God's gift. Gotta stick in that. So I think augmented reality be fucking fire. Like fire. We actually need to build on that because we helped it, but we need to update it because we lost hope. Because people wouldn't get into it. And I spread myself too thin. You know what I'm saying? Like not knowing, like, I'll get this money, get this. If I see a good, helpful idea, I'm jumping on it. Like, that's my accountant. They'd be like, Waka, let's find out some ROI. I'm like, fuck that. I go do some shows. I get this deal. Like, it's not about, like, trying to get return on something because, man, the love I get from people, it's a different, man. I grew up really gangbanging, bro. When I walked in the room with these people, hey, man, everybody leaving, man. That's a fucked up feeling to be in. I'm telling you right now. And I chose that, right? I wasn't forced to be into that. I chose that because I didn't have the proper love. Or I fell on the emotion of my little brother dying, or the other little brother committed suicide. You let rage raise you. So I just stopped letting rage raise me. That's all. And kids, and a lot of kids in school off rage, man. A lot of kids don't get to hear compliments like, hey, you're great, you're amazing, oh my God. Affirmation words. That's I never heard that. The only person that I heard that from was manipulators. So that's why it's tough to even take in loving words and things like that, because the man that did that, or the woman that did that, or the crowd that did that manipulated me. So I think, like, and that falls on the teacher. Did the teacher get that kind of love growing up? Because then do they know how to express it? So it's a double-edged sword. So I think we all should actually toughen up. You know what I'm saying? And really try to figure that part out.
Excellent. Thank you. Appreciate that.
I grew up, you're raising a daughter right now, Charlie, right? So I grew up with a very tough dad. And a lot of the things that he did, he was very tough on me. So it's a reflection of how the relationship with my husband. What's your parenting style, and how do you suggest raising your daughter, based on what you know the world to be, and, just instilling in the right things with her without being too overprotective?
To you, not to cut you off. He's everything your father wasn't when you was a kid. That's why you love him.
He's the complete opposite of my dad.
He actually nurtured that little girl that had a lot of hate that created your drive. He actually put that fire out for you.
No.
That's literally what he did. I don't even think the question was for me. It was for you to get your confirmation with your man. That's your dog. Y'all damn near like brothers and sisters.
It's my dog.
I don't want to cry, but I just know what he did for you. I can feel it. That's how much I be around people.
Wow.
So your questions come off your emotional and your past. Probably a little bit of arguments that come from your past thinking. You made it. You live in your present. But my style was rough as well until a little girl showed my daughter pornography on her eating hard thing, and then reality kicked in. She was 10 years old. So I was forced to teach my daughter a lot of stuff because I let the internet raise her, and it was showing things that I did not agree with. I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but I ain't agree with it in my house. So my style was understandable. They say I'm a pusher. Like my ex was like, why can't you do it? He let her do anything. All I want to do is build a strong mind and a classy woman. That's it. Everything else is your choice.
Thank you so much.
Dropping bars over here. I thought you wasn't doing rap like that no more, man. So that's it. You killing it, man. No, but it's like facts. But no, man. Great questions, man. Just genuine, man. How did you stay so focused to not letting your environment, your old environment, creep in and get you off? The new mentality of how you are now, which you're making a difference and a change. And because I'm from the hood of Chicago. I just tell people I look like this. And, I'm in school more than I'm at home. My mom grew up, substance abuse, alcohol, never home. I'm in school, 12 hours a day. I easily could have went that route. Same thing for you, but you made a switch and you keep your environment with that. How do you stay in that mindset to do that? Because there's a lot of distractions that's out there. Because that says a lot about you, man. I can see that.
Yeah, purpose. Again, I didn't get in it. I walked in and shit. Right? I already messed up. Like, I messed up my dream. And I was living the American dream. The dream that's sleeping. I had to wake the fuck up and realize where I'm at. And the one person that ever even got me to even do this again was my parents. Again, I'm a root guy. I stay at the root. Wherever the tree grows, that's because the root's strong. So I always knew, like, damn, I remember my mother came one day, I was like, Waka, you shot my friend's house up. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, how the fuck you knew this? But the guy I was fighting with, this guy was actually trying to do some damage to me. And so happened to be my mother's friend. Right? It's just a lot of shit that I noticed that I was doing was hurting my mother. So again, I just stayed grounded for that. I have a daughter. I wanted to stay grounded for that. I didn't want to disrespect her. So I didn't want to come out here making a whole bunch of twerk songs and shit that fed my ego because it would hurt her. I was married. It would reflect on her. I got brothers. It would reflect in their life. I got a grandmother that watched TV like a motherfucker. She watched soap opera. I end up on today's soap opera, loving hip hop. It's just like now older people watching you. So it got to be so many eyes on me that I had to stick to my purpose. And before I let somebody define me or somebody tell me what's my purpose or things of that nature, I just think, man, it's my mother, bro. I'm gonna keep it real. My mother, my brothers, and my family, my boys, they just kept me like, I just wanted to be the difference. I didn't want to complain. I was around everybody that complained, but didn't see how important it was by every minute they wasted. Like everybody, a lot of people that complain is actually complaining about themselves. I feel like 90% of them are. Wow. Even if I'm in the hood, I was better off in the hood than I am right now. My life was cheap as fuck. If I got 2,000 people, shit, I could do some quick math right here, right? If I got 2,000 doors, right? 2,000 doors, and everybody at every door could pay us $95 a day, right? 200 doors times $95, 19 times 12. Boom, that's 228,000. We have 5 projects times 5. That's $1.1 million in a year that we could have had frivolously in a fund for us. We could have changed our whole neighborhood, bought our shit back. That's simple, bro. So we ain't never have to have a career. We ain't never have to do nothing. We have to just get our mind together. That's what I know.
That's the hard part sometimes.
So that's my purpose, to just show people like, bro, being in the hood, you don't gotta hide. Best part about being in the hood, nobody knows what's under the hood but you. So when you lift your head up, either you got a mask on, or you showing your bare face.
Well, there's a lot of money in the hood right there in the west side of Chicago. I know you know Chicago as well. Right there in Madison between Pulaski and Cicero Avenue.
Oh yeah,
Top shops. I mean, Foot Locker, House of Hoops is right there. All the top shops. So, well, this wraps up this mastermind. We're looking forward to you, Waka, being on our main stage here in front of 2,000 people. So we're looking for that conversation. So, what was your biggest takeaway? If you watch this mastermind all the way up until this end, please drop Waka, WAKA, in the comment section below, and we'll pick a random person to receive my book, which is a best-selling book called Faith Made Millionaire. But we could pick a random person if you put Waka in the comment section below. If you haven't done so already, make sure you follow Waka Flocka Flame here on Instagram. All the descriptions here will show up all his links. So that being said, like, subscribe, and we'll see you on the side. Appreciate that. Till we meet again. Continue to live smart. Continue to love smart. And be money smart today.